Happening now, why New York's governor says we are in a race between COVID-19 vaccine availability and infection rates. Plus, what Chautauqua County's district attorney says is on his top priority this winter.
Well, the snow may have ended for now, but don't let your guard down. More snow is on the way and cold temperatures. We'll talk about it next. The news at noon starts right now.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
And thanks for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould. The number of COVID-19 recoveries made a big jump yesterday for the first time in a while. This, says the Chautauqua County Health Department, reported another COVID-19 related death. Since yesterday, the County Health Department's COVID-19 dashboard reported 436 people have recovered from the virus, with the number of active cases at 489. That down from 847 the day before. Of the remaining active cases, 130 of them are here in the Jamestown area. The department also reported 84 new cases and says the death involved a 70-year-old. The number of those hospitalized with COVID-19 also decreased from 49 to 42. The 7-day average percent positivity rate decreased as well to 9.9% from 10.3%. To date, over 5,800 cases of COVID-19 have been reported in the county, with 4,300 people recovering and 51 related deaths. Well, yesterday was not only Inauguration Day for a new president, it was the second deadliest day in the coronavirus pandemic so far nationwide. As President Joe Biden began his first full day in office today, COVID-19 is at the top of his agenda. Nadia Romero is in Washington to break it all down for us.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
On President Joe Biden's first full day in office, the U.S. hits a major milestone, the one-year anniversary of the first confirmed COVID-19 diagnosis in the country. With the pandemic showing no signs of slowing, Biden is bracing for the road ahead.
We're entering what may be the toughest and deadliest period of the virus.
Biden is planning to sign multiple executive orders and presidential policy directives today, all aimed at improving the national COVID-19 response.
He's going to leverage every tool available to him in the federal government.
On the list of executive orders, filling the shortfall of supplies for vaccines, tests, and PPE by invoking the Defense Production Act, the establishment of a board to expand the supply and access to COVID-19 testing, a mask requirement for airports and certain modes of transportation, and a directive to support the international pandemic response. That directive coming on the heels of an order Biden signed Wednesday, undoing the Trump-era withdrawal from the World Health Organization. The administration tapping Dr. Anthony Fauci to lead the U.S. delegation.
When you're dealing with a global pandemic, you have to have an international connectivity.
As the new administration hits the ground running to tackle crises on multiple fronts, the new president says he's optimistic in the face of monumental challenges.
There isn't anything we can't do if we do it together.
In Washington, I'm Nadia Romero.
Nadia, thank you. Prior to the Bidens moving into the White House, the structure underwent a deep cleaning with extra COVID measures pushing the price tag close to $500,000. Well, back here in New York, the governor says the state is in a foot race between its COVID-19 infection rate and vaccine availability. Governor Andrew Cuomo provided an update on the state's vaccination process yesterday, saying the good news is the infection rate, what he calls a function of people's behavior, is currently on the decline, while more people are getting vaccinated. He says the vaccine remains in limited supply, however. More allocations will be coming down the line.
Johnson & Johnson may be coming online. Now we hear maybe March. AstraZeneca may be coming online. More Pfizer production maybe in the second quarter. More Moderna production. So our distribution network is up and running. We're just waiting on the supply. But we're in a position that when we get the supply, we will be able to move the supply. And that's the position we should be in, and I feel good about that.
Statewide, over 1.5 million vaccines have been administered, making up 86% of New York's allotment. With 1,200 distribution sites across the state, Cuomo says New York averaged 65,000 doses per day. He explains the state expects to get 250,000 vaccines in the next week from the federal government. At this rate, Cuomo says it'll take up to 7 months to vaccinate everyone who's currently eligible to get the COVID shot. Well, 3 National Grid members on a training flight were killed last night when their helicopter crashed in a farmer's field in western New York. The craft, a UH-60 Black Hawk medical evacuation helicopter, crashed around 6:30 in Mendon, New York, a rural area south of Rochester. The circumstances still remain under investigation, and the Federal Aviation Administration saying it will take part. Photos of the crash scene posted by local media show the aircraft wreckage burning on a snow-covered field. The Monroe County Sheriff's Office says that witnesses who called 911 reported hearing the sounds of an engine sputtering and said the aircraft was flying very low just before the crash. There were no survivors. Flags on state buildings across New York are lowered to half-staff today to pay tribute to those troops. Well, we thank you for joining us for WNY News Now as we get a check of all the news that matters to you. We want to know what you think about these stories and more in the comments down below, or just tell us what you're doing on this Thursday. Great to see Andrew. Good to see Ollie, Alexis, Janice, and Amy. Great to see Sarah and Diane as well. Now, let's get a check of our first defense weather forecast. Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter joins us now with that, and that is a beautiful pic you got there, Dakota.
Yes, it is. Happy Thursday, everybody. Sean Sweatman, who pilots our Storm Interceptor, sent this in to us, and man, how about the sun going down last night? Oh, man. I mean, the clouds kind of parted a little bit last night before sunset, so we had a little bit of the sun peeking through yesterday. And, of course, if you had any pictures or videos of the weather, Hunters WX on Facebook and Twitter, the First Defense Weather page on Facebook, Hunters WX on Twitter, use the hashtag MyLocalWX. The radar, it's quiet. Yes, that lake effect snow is all tapered off for now, but it will be coming back later on, and you'll see that here. 6 inches of snow on the ground at the airport right now. We have 9.3 inches for the month. Look at where we should be for a monthly snowfall total, 21.9. Our seasonal total, 30.3. So we're still way below average for snowfall right now. 25 was the high yesterday. The low this morning was early. Temperatures rose overnight, so the low was 15, 72, and 20 below zero. Record highs and lows for this day. So through the afternoon, lots of clouds around. Scattered snow showers are basically going to be developing through the afternoon. You may see a spotty inch where the showers do develop, 31 to 38, so not as cool as it was yesterday. But look at this wind gusts near 40 miles an hour. The wind stays a factor tonight through tomorrow. Then it turns, bitter cold as we go to the weekend. We'll talk about it. Justin?
It's teeth chattering cold coming our way, Dakota. Thank you. An 18-year-old is facing charges in connection with the attempted robbery of a Dollar General store here in Jamestown. Police say Lester Santiago, a Buffalo resident, was taken into custody without incident at the store on Windsor Street just before 9:30 yesterday morning. Officers say Santiago walked into the store and told the clerk he had a gun and that he wanted the register open. The clerk, police say, was able to signal another employee at the store who called the cops. Responding officers did not find a weapon on his person and say that a gun was never displayed. He was taken to Jamestown City Jail for arraignment on attempted robbery charges. Police say the Chautauqua County Sheriff's Department K-9 unit also responded to the scene. Fostering relationships with law enforcement was one of the newly elected Chautauqua County District Attorney's campaign goals this past election season. In an interview about his first month in office, District Attorney Jason Schmidt says he and his staff are working to build a rapport with various law enforcement agencies around the county by meeting with the Jamestown Police Department and others.
We've been meeting with the various police agencies. We've met with the City of Dunkirk, meeting with the Sheriff's Department. We've met with the New York State Police Bureau of Criminal Investigations to go over all pending investigations in which we can contribute and, eventually pick up the case for prosecution purposes.
The county's top prosecutor additionally explains he's considering placing prosecutors in each department in an effort to work hand in hand with the police on a full-time basis. A lot more to tell you about this half hour. Next, more relief for local businesses is available. We tell you how to take advantage of it next. But first, a warning for those who shop online. Stay with us as WNY News Now continues.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
Sorry about that. No, I've been staying at my dad's place because of everything.
Where are we going?
He's good. Yeah, I know, we keep missing each other. I've been working out of my dad's house, doing some reading. I should be working out more. I just feel like I'm drowning.
Navigating these times can be tough, but while you care for your loved one, you also need to care for yourself. Go to aarp.org/caregiving for free mental health and self-help tips.
Remember when you were a kid, huddled around the television waiting for your school to close? Well, we don't get snow days. When winter weather hits, count on the First Defense Weather Team for a look into the future where the snow is headed next. Live radar showing you the scope of the storm. And real-time reports from the field. So when it matters most, stay with First Defense Weather.
Catch your First Defense forecast daily on WNY News Now. With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
And welcome back to WNY News Now. Police across New York State are warning people about an increase in puppy scams. New York State police say they've received multiple reports of residents getting scammed out of hundreds of dollars after answering classified ads for purebred puppies. Typically, after the victim answers an ad, they're provided with a photo of the breed they're looking to buy. The victim and the scammer then arrange to deposit to be paid, and the victim is given an address to pick up the dog. State police say the scammers have been providing fake addresses. In the end, they say, do your research ahead of time and get a sense of a fair price for the breed that you're considering, and think twice if someone advertises a purebred dog for free or at a deeply discounted price. It could be a fraudulent offer. Well, the jobs crisis soared during Donald Trump's last full week as president. The U.S. Labor Department reported today 900,000 Americans filed for unemployment benefits for the first time. That was on a seasonally adjusted basis. The number is down slightly from the prior week, when claims rose to 926,000. However, there haven't been any real improvements for months now. Millions of Americans still need government help to make their ends meet. The Department of Labor says nearly 424,000 Americans filed for pandemic unemployment assistance. That provides aid for self-employed or gig workers. Added together, first-time claims totaled 1.4 million last week. Continued jobless claims, which count workers who have applied for aid at least 2 weeks in a row, fell to 5.1 million. Well, help is on the way for millions of small businesses still struggling to make ends meet. The Paycheck Protection Program is back open for small businesses, and for many entrepreneurs who have adapted to survive the pandemic, applying this time around will be a bit different. Mandy Gaither breaks down the changes for us.
Applications now open. The Payment Protection Program is back, and that means small businesses can once again apply for a new, potentially forgivable federal loan.
We have worked with the PPPs last time. We will probably look into it again this time, absolutely.
it's a big help, no question about it. We're thrilled that it's out there.
This time around, PPP reopened with some key changes. The maximum loan is now $2 million compared to the previous $10 million. You can get a first loan if you haven't received one before, or even a second loan. However, not every business is eligible for a loan this time. Businesses must show they lost revenue by at least 25% in any quarter of 2020 compared to the same quarter of 2019. For hard-hit restaurants and businesses across the country, relief can't come soon enough.
It's been hard for a lot of small businesses. I think small music venues in particular have been hit really, really hard.
This new round of applications is possible due to the latest COVID relief package signed into law in December. That legislation included $284 billion for additional lending to eligible businesses, including those that already received a loan months ago. The bill includes measures aimed at making loans more available to micro businesses.
We've managed to survive for 9 months already, which is to itself pretty amazing.
For Consumer Watch, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Mandy, thank you. The Paycheck Protection Program reopened on Monday, January 11th for some businesses and will be slowly expanded over time. The deadline to apply for all new loans is March 31st. Well, someone in Maryland has won the fourth largest Powerball jackpot in its history. Powerball says one winning ticket for its jackpot was sold in the state. That jackpot ticket is worth more than $731 million. No one has claimed the prize yet, but the ticket holder will have the choice between taking payments over 29 years or a lump sum payout of around $546 million. Someone else in Maryland bought a ticket that didn't win the jackpot, but won $2 million. According to Powerball, 12 tickets were sold in 7 states that won the $1 million prize. The winning numbers are 53, 60, 40, 68, 69, and the Powerball, 22. Maybe check your tickets. Who knows? Thanks for joining us for WNY News Now. If you did win the Powerball, like myself, no worries. I guess there's always next time, right? Let's check in with the comments and say hello to Jerry. Good to see Linda, Gina, Tammy, and Lisa. Good afternoon to Crystal and Tay and Nicole as well. Hopefully you all are having a great day. We appreciate you joining us. Dakota's checking his business cards right now.
I won!
Any winners on there? I don't know if that counts. Printed on the front of your business cards. Those are new business cards.
I won. I'm out of here.
Actually.
Goodbye. No, just kidding. No, but these are our new business cards. I don't think we showed these off yet. These are really nice.
Yeah, they're definitely doing that WNY News Now camera sphere that we rebranded to, I think, a year and a half ago now?
Yep.
And it's pretty nice. The sphere follows us everywhere. It's on the wall,
like
it's on the door, it's on the cards. They have it printed on my, I'm not going to say it.
Go fish, Justin.
Okay, I'll just take one of them. I can't reach over there. Gosh, this whole virtual thing. We could just be next to each other. But
right.
It's sometimes actually better.
When was the last time you played Go Fish?
Oh gosh, a long time. Probably 6 or 7, maybe. Maybe not. Maybe a little bit.
Maybe post-COVID, we should all get together and play some Go Fish. Yeah. BYOB.
Yeah. You know what's really fun? Uno. There's a virtual Uno game which you can play on your iPhone. I think they call it, it was Crazy 8 or something? Is that the same thing as Uno? Maybe I'm wrong.
No idea.
I'm probably wrong. But there's a game where on your iPhone you can text somebody and play games with them. Have you ever done that?
Through iMessage?
Yeah. There they used to be. I haven't done it in a while.
I've never done it. So
let me see here. There's a game section. It's called Game Pigeon. Is that right? Yeah. Here, I don't want to.
I've never used it.
I don't want to show the peeps because I pulled it up on yours. Here you go. So I'm blocking your message. But see, that's a Game Pigeon. You can play games. Pretty cool.
Well, I knew that. Well,
8-Ball. Well, Matt just invited me. He's actually on Zoom right now. He's on hold. There it is.
Yeah.
See?
Well, it's like, I knew you could play games through iMessage, but I've never played
Let's do it,
those
Matt.
games.
Well, if Dakota does the weather, we'll play.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody listens to my weather anyway. Useless weather information. Speaking of useless weather information, how about the snowfall totals through the past 3 days? Perrysburg in the hills of Cattaraugus County, over 2 feet. Now, this goes from Sunday night all the way through Wednesday morning. So Perrysburg over 2 feet. Same thing as Forestville over 2 feet there. Silver Creek 21.5. Fredonia 19.5. DeWittville 15 inches. Oh, but we're not done yet. We still have more of these things. Little Valley 14 inches. Cattaraugus just a little less than a foot. And Falconer 8 inches. Randolph 7.5. So again, you can see where that lake effect snow was mainly confined, at least the heaviest of it was mainly confined across the hillier terrain of the southern tier, as often is the case. And it was windy yesterday. 23 miles per hour was the peak wind gust at both Jamestown and Dunkirk. The winds are going to tick up today, so the wind gusts are going to be a little bit bad today and especially into tonight. So live look downtown, the DoubleTree camera is bouncing a little bit in the wind. We're at 31 as a noon hour. There's a healthy southwest wind at 20. The wind gust is at 25, and look at what it does to the wind chill. Knocks it down to 19. So even though temperatures have bumped up a couple of degrees, it's not going to be feeling any warmer when you take the wind into effect. Again, 31 here in town, 33 Mayville, 32 Clymer, 38 over in Erie, 36 in Dunkirk, 31 over in Randolph. Not a whole lot of spread in temperatures today. And this has to do with a warm front that's actually pushed on through, and we'll show that to you on the satellite and radar. This is the warm front that's starting to enter into the region. So behind this front, temperatures are actually going to warm up a little bit today. But again, with the strong wind, it's not going to feel that much warmer. This is the next front that's going to be moving our way, and this is what's going to bring in the colder air as we go into the weekend. So let's time out the next snow chance here on Future Scan. It does paint a couple of isolated snow showers through the early afternoon, but watch more snow showers start to develop as we go through the afternoon hours. And again, you may pick up a quick inch of accumulation through the day. That'll pretty much do it. Not a big deal there. As we go into tonight, snow showers are going to continue in scattered nature. These are lake effect squalls coming in, so you may pick up a couple more inches of snowfall tonight, and then going into tomorrow, the snow is going to continue in lake effect bands here throughout the region. And where you see the darker blue strips, that indicates the heavier amounts of snowfall. So additional snowfall accumulation. This goes all the way until Saturday afternoon. We could be looking at about a good 3 to 5 inches in some spots here. Clymer getting close to that 5-inch spot. Again, this is computer data, so this is just output of one computer model, but I think it's one of the better models we've looked at. So probably about 2 to 4 inches, maybe spotty 5 inches in some spots. So again, we'll see how that goes as we go throughout the next 24 hours here. So the Lake Erie shoreline today, this will likely be the warmer spot. You may get close to 40 in some areas today, but it's going to be a very windy day. So hang on to your hats when you're going out. The inland areas today, lower 30s will likely do it here. And again, as often is the case, the valleys and hills, colder spots. Now, I would like to show you the future. They're brought to you by 42 Degrees and Sunny, 28 tomorrow. And as we go into Saturday, just ice cold, 20. Some spots will likely stay in the upper teens all day. 24 on Sunday, at least some partial sunshine. And the cold just doesn't want to quit as we go into early next week. We'll still be stuck into the 20s with at least a few scattered snow showers at times. We'll take a break and be right back. Don't go away. First Defense Weather is sponsored by 42 Degrees and Sunny, smokin' deals on smokin' accessories. Learn more at 42degreesandsunny.com. That's 42degreesandsunny.com.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
There's an old saying, there's no news in the newsroom. Well, it's true. The time I spend at the anchor desk is just part of my day. Most of our time is spent gathering stories in the community, stories that matter to you. We can't do it alone, and we need your help. When you see breaking news or have a news tip we should know about, drop us a line on Facebook today, email our news desk, or call our newsroom at 488-7226 so we can bring those stories straight back to you.
I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor.
Testicular cancer is the leading form of cancer in men aged 15 to 35.
1 in 250 men will be diagnosed with testicular cancer.
But 98% will survive if detected early.
As a survivor, I believe early detection is the key. Learn how to do a testicular self-exam and other important facts about testicular cancer at oneball4tc.com.
Whether it's advice on managing your anxiety or tools to help you stay grounded, Coping-19 provides a range of resources and self-care tips to help you cope with this pandemic. We can help. Find the resources that work best for you at coping-19.org.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
And welcome back to WNY News Now. Look who joins us in the virtual couch, Matty Ice, who's live from his couch. And let me tell you, Matt, you're pretty good at this virtual pool. You're kicking my butt over here. Oh gosh, I'm gonna try one of these here. Everyone's probably wondering, nope, that didn't work, why Matt is here with us today. Well, today is a very important day in our lives. It's Matt Hummel's birthday! So, I know you can't read what's on the screen, Matt, because your phone's your camera. But we'll show you what we have up now, or we'll tell you what we have up now. These are Matt Hummel fast facts, okay? So, Matt, you're turning 23 today. I hope you knew that.
Right.
You are a wordsmith wizard. That's a fact. And your car is as cluttered like your hair. But we still love you, no matter what. Happy birthday, my friend. How are you feeling?
Oh, I feel great. Yeah, I don't feel older yet. Give it time.
Yeah.
Put in a day's work with a little bit of stuff earlier. Otherwise, just kind of chilling.
Yeah, you're doing great, and people might be wondering, where is Matt Hummel? What have you been doing since you left as my co-anchor? I think almost 2 years now as that. You took over a role as our chief courts correspondent, so you covered crime and courts very thoroughly, and that's a type of job where in a normal year you'd be in Mayville at the county courthouse pretty much all day at times for certain proceedings and things like that. But now with COVID, you're helping us out in the newsroom, doing general assignment stuff. And one of the reasons why we haven't seen you in the newsroom physically for a while is because now you're at home. You haven't tested positive for COVID, but like so many people, you're feeling the impacts of it. I don't want to give out too much away without your permission, but you came in, from what we know, you came in contact with somebody, so you're doing the right thing by staying home and being at home. And just before that, I feel bad, and I want you to, I hope your birthday, I hope we can cheer you up, Dakota, cheer him up, because you fell and you hurt your head.
Right.
What, 2 days before you came in contact and had to quarantine, or about a week maybe?
Yeah, about a week or two. I mean, it's been an interesting start to the year, but I mean, I'm alive, I'm healthy, I'll take it, Yeah,
and that's what it's all about, really, in the end.
Right.
So, real quick, anything you want to say to the fans out there? Anything on your mind this birthday? What are you doing?
Well, I want to thank everybody again. I mean, you and I talk every day about this. I mean, we can't take anyone for granted. So thank you for sticking with us the last, what are we now, 4 years old?
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
It is.
Absolutely crazy.
I'll never, ever, ever forget the first story that we have for WNY News Now, right outside the Jamestown Police Department. Remember that?
Yeah, and they raided a house, and that was the first thing we ever did, happened right in front of us live. And I think a lot has changed. We've had people come and go, but in the end, the one thing that remains the same is the reporting, and I think the value in that reporting that that we have, that every single person on our team, from Dakota to you, to me, to Rory, to anybody, to Andrew. And I think that's what's important. And so happy birthday, friend. Thank you for hopping on the Zoom.
Happy birthday
to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy
birthday,
birthday,
Mr.
dear
Hamelini.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh, thank
Enjoy
you
your day.
guys.
Many more.
Thank you.
Yeah. Wow, Dakota, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should do an album, shouldn't I?
You should. You
You
should. You could
should.
do an
I'll
album.
pay.
Matt'll buy the album. Hell. Good to see Daryl. Good to see Evelyn, Lori, and Joanna. Let us know what you guys are doing down in the comments below. We love interacting with you. And thank you, Maddie, again for hopping on. Hopefully you have a good rest of your day. I know you can't go anywhere, but let us know if you want us to drop something off.
Oh, cheesecake, Dakota. I love it.
All right, Dakota, grab the credit card. Let's go.
All right.
We'll go right after this. We'll go.
All right.
We'll swipe it. All right, gentlemen, thank you. Well, that's going to do it for us today. Of course, news continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com and on our mobile app. You can download it today in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. We'll leave you with one more live look over downtown Jamestown. Dakota and I are back tomorrow for our TGIF edition. Hope to see you then.